Hi, my name is Terry Lee from Sweet Pea Papers. This is September 2021, so that means we're doing our September daily. Now, this is a remake of video 20. I was going to say there was a problem with the video, but the problem with the video was me. I accidentally deleted it. Don't ask how. So we're going to redo 20, which is painting, of course. And so the whole deal is that Miss Paintalot did a January daily, and now she's doing a September daily, and I'm following along. But I'm using the prompt and the designer if I have it, okay? And every day she rolls a number 1 through 6, and that determines which designer that's going to be used the next day. And then that next day we find out what the prompt is going to be. So she rolled on day 20. There was a different day in here. There was a day in here that I picked this designer as my wild card as well. And so there's more than 5 on here for Liana scrap. Sorry about my voice today. It sounds better, but it's all quavery. So anyway, so for number 20 was Liana scrap, and the kit is Lavender Fields. Okay, it's very pretty. Set that up to the side now. Okay, this is Mr. Black. I don't have a Mr. Green. And we've been moving right along. And in fact, you're going to see page 20 here in just a minute. I'm not going to show you every page. I'm just going to kind of flip through. And page 20 that we are going to make is this one. So the first time around, we're going to make a couple of changes. The first time around, we have some pockets to put our little lavender paintings in. Now, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've got 2 for the taller ones and 4 for the smaller ones. We're going to change this up. Instead of it being Lavender Dreams over there, I got on the old computer, and you're not going to be able to find this Lavender Dreams. It's called Lavender Fields, first of all, but Lavender Dreams in the kit because I made it on my computer. And I don't remember the font, but I think I got it at Creative Fabrica for free. They have fonts that you pay for, and it might be one of those, but it could be one of the free ones. You just have to look through and find something similar if you like this font. And these are the couple little sample paintings. This one's pretty much done. And then this one is not. You can tell it doesn't have the dark on it. And so these spaces here for the taller ones, these 2, and it covered up the name. So what I've decided to do is put a cover here with the names. It gets rid of 2 pockets, but how many pictures of lavender are you going to paint? And who says you can't put more than 1 picture per pocket? Okay, so with this in mind, I'm going to set this over here so I can see it, she says confidently. I had it over here a minute ago. We'll just put it that way. All right, let's hope it doesn't fall. Okay. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to make a page, and the page is going to have a flap. The flap is going to be the cover. So our new cover is going to be this, and I got on the computer this time and I actually printed it on the page. Don't know why I didn't think to do that last time, but this is our new picture that's going to be our cover. All right, and then this we're not going to be using at all, as far as I can tell. This is going to be our background paper, because I thought it was nice and soft. I believe it's the same one. Yeah, it's the same one I used. I've already cut this. There's no inking in this one. these are the pages we use or to make the background paper on the flip out, which is this one, and then this one, and then we use the rest to make the pockets. I wasn't sure exactly how much you need, so I may have to pause and make a another copy of this, but I thought 2 was enough to start with. Now, the first thing that we want to talk about, other than the fact that you're going to need some lace and you're going to need some lavender ribbon. Now, I don't have a whole lot of this. And you see on the page here, I put the ribbon above and then I put the lace across right below it. So we're going to do at least a couple. And then once you see me do a couple, then you'll know how to do the rest. Because let's face it, once you see somebody glue ribbon and glue lace, you pretty much know how to do it. And that will help shorten this video for you. Okay, so we're going to set these to the side. You are going to need some watercolor pencils or some watercolors if you know how to watercolor. I don't. So I used watercolor pencils. These are the 3 colors I think I used. You're going to need a water pen. This one came with my Arteza water pens and watercolor pens, and they're soft tipped like a brush. So we won't be using those today either. So, but this you can use in one of 2 ways. You can draw and then go back with this and kind of activate the watercolor, and then it will kind of blend into the page. Or I found out later, you can actually touch the, make a little bit of water and touch the lead and then paint with it wet. Now, let me say this. I tried that and it made it quite a bit darker. On this picture right here, you can see that the lavender, the dark ones are here. Okay, then these 2 or 3 are the dark ones I tried after I had wet the pencil. Now, I'm going to put some more in here of the darker color to make it kind of blend, or at least some on this side so it kind of looks like it's in shadow. It's the only other thing I can think of other than just having 2 dark purple blotches on the page. Okay, and like I said, I haven't finished this one, so we could work on this one, but I wanted to show you how I drew the stems and the leaves, which, as you can see, are pretty simple. Okay, so we're going to start with that. Let's move this out of the way because we're not going to be using these anymore. All I did was take the green and go like this. Well, more of a straight, like this. Like this, like this. Let's do one more like that. That's all. Then for the leaves, you just do straight, 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 and so forth down the stems. Okay? That's all there is to it. That is it. Then you take your water pen. I've got a paper towel. These work so well that you almost don't need a... The way these work is you fill them with water and then you lightly squeeze it a little bit just to get water in the tip. Then you kind of dip it up or tap it just a little bit. I've been using the back of my hand, to tell you the truth. I don't want it to absorb the water. I just got the water to go in there. But you can use it to wipe your hand. But I've been just getting, you'll see the water come out around and you'll know it's going into the tip. Now this seems wet enough almost. But the thing with there's also cheap ones. They're little white ones that you can get. Several for $10, and then you just brush the brush over the pencil and it mutes it and diffuses it into the paper. I don't know if you can see that. Let me do this one again. I don't think I did it wide enough. I'll do this whole one. I'll squeeze out just a little bit more water down the brush to the tip. I have found it is not advantageous to do the squeezing over the painting. It tends to go past the brush. By the time you get a drop, there we go. Okay, now can you see the difference between this one and these? Do you see how it's lighter now and more spread out? Now to do the rest, I just dumped water from here off my hand. So look, I found a use for my paper towel. So I'm going to cap this. And I think these are the two purples I used. I'm not sure. I don't know if this got wet when the paint went. Let's do this first to see if it did. You're just going to take the darker purple and make little circles on either side for the darker centers. Now I'm going by this part of this picture, not the close-up. Okay, I can't paint well enough to do that. I can't barely paint well enough to do this. It's only about the third time I've tried this. So you're going to have a few in the middle that are the darker, and then you're going to have some on the outside that are going to come from the top of the stem that are lighter. Okay. And it goes like a cone. So you're going to have a couple up here. And the green should have gone closer to the top, but I made a mistake. So this should have gone up here a little further, and then there's just the one lighter one at the end. You can just do little lines. In fact, I think that's how I did the other one. Yeah, just little purple lines. And then the darker purple are the dots. And then I'm going to use the brush. I can't remember if I did this where I did the water in between. I think I probably did. And you can see how it makes the darker purple in the center. And then the lighter purple going out. And I'm not doing this very well at all because I'm doing it quickly. Because I needed to do more of the strokes, but you can just wait and it'll dry and you can go back, go to a different part, and on either side of your, I think I must have used one shade lighter maybe, and do strokes and do one off the top. That's how it is. That's why this looks wrong. Because it is wrong. Just do the little purple strokes off either side. And then activate them with the water. Not sure I'd done the green yet either. No, I hadn't. Now, if you want to make depth to this, which you probably should, go one shade darker with another green and go right along the edge. Now, I don't have a very steady hand, so it was very difficult for me to do that. But that is the way that it should be done. And then you just go over it with the water brush. And then when it dries, you go back in with the dark ones. See, that's much more delicate. This is just a whole mess right there. Just okay. And then you put the purple dots in the center to represent the shadows. And if it was close up, you'd see that it's a lot of flowers in a cluster. All right. Enough of that. I had time to work on the other one and get some mojo down. That looks like the very first one I did. All right, so this is more like what it's supposed to look like. No shadows on the stems, so I should have done that. Okay, so let's make our page, which is more what you want to know. You can look up tutorials on YouTube on how to do watercolor pencils. Okay, so let's get our, we don't need Mr. Black yet. We're going to take our base page and we're going to build on that. We're going to set this cream colored backing page aside for right now. We don't need it. We've got our backing paper. And now we want to add this on to the side. Oh, you know what? I needed to have printed this on the back. Let me put you on hold for just a second and then I'll print on the back. Okay, I've got this printed out. Let me add that this is 67-pound cardstock. This is not like printer paper. What I did was I printed it out double-sided, and then I cut it off a 1/2 inch past the center so that that would give us something to fold under so that we could attach it to this page. So we're going to score it at 1/2 inch. And then the rest of this page is decoration, to tell you the truth. We're going to score it at 1/2 of an inch, which should be here. And we're going to fold it over. This looks like less than half, but it will work. And I was having to be careful because I had made that little bit of a mistake here. I should have kept going carefully. Okay. And we want to make sure to burnish that, which just means crease it down crisply by running your bone folder over it. That's all burnish means. Okay. Oh, and I forgot to cut it down. my particular book is 7 5/8 for the pages. I was so happy that I got it to print out, not upside down, then I forgot to trim it. And the reason this was so difficult to fold was because I should have flipped it over to score it, because that would have made it naturally fold that way. But I wanted to make sure I scored it on the right side. So I'm having a day, and when you have to redo a page, then it seems like it's a comedy of errors. And I'm not trying to say that making a mistake is not just, you know, part of doing business here, but I'm just saying that you seem to make more mistakes than normal when you are redoing something completely. First of all, you're frustrated because you made the mistake in the first place that caused you to have to redo the whole page. Now, if you're just doing a standard junk journal or something that wasn't just a kit paper like this, or deleted your video, you could have done something else, you know, maybe to fix it, cover it with something, or... Okay, looks like I've got some extra glue already. I want to make sure this is straight up and down and at the fold. Makes it even there. Yeah, I think that looks better than the original way that I had it. All right, now let's check inside. Looks like I need to scooch it in just a little bit here. And that I might have got a little carried away with the glue. This is a dry wet wipe, a clean one. And a hair. That's a bonus. You don't just get that with every tutorial, you know. Oh, I have to trim this. I forgot the way my printer works. It adds a bigger margin on one side. So when you double print, you get that margin. Well, that's going to make our page a little short, isn't it? I'm almost willing to live with the little white border. Because see, we could have made this part bigger if after we'd cut this off, but now it's too late. Once you've cut it off, you've cut it off. So now this is going to be a little bit shorter like it was on the other one. I'm just walked over here to my paper cutter because it was easier than dragging it over there. So that's our page, basically. Now what we have to do is put in the pockets. We put 2 large pockets here. And then, actually, the way I did it this time, on this one, this side came out shorter by that margin. But this one is bigger on the inside. So we can actually make places all this wide. Kind of like that better. All right, these pockets are, let me see here, 2.5 inches tall. So let's just go across where it's white at 2.5 inches high. All right, I'll bring this over. Now it depends. If you want to keep this little bit here, because it's going to cover this over here, then might as well. So let's flip it this way and then cut it at 2.5. I think we'll cut it right at that line. And then we don't want it to be the full width because then it won't fold. So we're going to want to, oh, we need to cover this up. So we want to cut it in half. So let's just cut these. Let's just cut 1 inch out of the middle. So we'll cut it in half, and then we'll cut 1/2 inch off each side. I think I'm going to cut 1/2 inch off this end. I don't have to worry about the outside. And then the same here. Okay. So then we're going to put each of these pockets equal right along next to the bottom. Oh, nice. Okay, just like that. We're just going to glue them on 3 sides. That's what makes them a pocket and not a embellishment. You can embellish these any way you like. There we go. Now always remember there's a little bit less space in your pocket than what you cut because your glue is there. Okay. Now you can still put the little ones in here. You can just turn them, you know, long ways so that they can come out. We'll make a couple of the shorter pockets over here, and then how many lavender paintings are you going to paint? I mean, 4 is probably enough. Okay, we're just going to put this on here and we're going to try to move it over. to where it's about equal distance from here to here. Of course, I should have cut a little bit off of this side to get rid of that brown. Okay, so then there's still going to be 2.5 high. No. Let's, actually, all of the pockets are 2.5 inches high. So technically, well, we can leave these for larger ones, and then we'll put the 2 smaller ones here. So let's go 2.5 inches high on here. Which I think we went to the board, but let's double check that. Nope. Then we'll cut it in half. Well, if we know we're going to go never mind. Okay. Let's cut the brown off. Let's go in 1/2 inch. Because these are going to be on top of each other, so we definitely want to get the brown off. Okay. I like that it looks like wood. It's nice and clean. It is going to cover up your lilacs here, unless you want to stagger them so that you can see the lilacs. I still ended up with brown on the outside, just like I did on this one. Because we could line this up with this line, and then line this up with this line, line them both up with the edge, and then we should be good, and then we still have our lilacs. Let's do that. Executive decision. A little flyaway here. Let me get that out of there. I don't want any little stray bits of glue now, do we? Let's do it right up against. Be like a little box window. Now, if we go up too high, let's cut 1/2 inch off of this one. Because otherwise our pictures are going to stick out the top. We can drop it down 1. Let's cut off 1 board. That was my mistake because I moved it up, you see. I didn't take into account, which is fine because you've got some smaller ones. Not a major emergency. So just line it up with this one. And just stack the pockets. If we'd have tried to cut this out of the other part of the piece, then the lilacs would have been kind of up in the air. So nobody likes lilacs that grow in midair. Can we go here? Yeah. Oh, that's on top of the pocket. It blends so well I can't see where it is. I'm not sure how that happened, but it's shorter. See, second videos. You know what I could do? I could center it shorter centered, as if I had done it on purpose. I should have made it a little bit more short. Then it would look more like I did it on purpose. This rolls up into like a rubber ball, little rubber balls. Just take a towel to it if it's not very thick, and you can rub it right off. It's kind of funny. It's like, you call yourself a glue? Alright, now what we'll do is we'll center this above this one. For little bitty pictures. Okay, there's that one. I'll go up to here and put it down. Well, they're going to have to be little bitty, or they're going to stick out the top, huh? And I should have gone down here. The comedy of errors continues. Okay. I'm going to show you over here on how to do the ribbon and the lace. I do like this better than on the first one, though. If I'd have thought about it, I would have put the flap on this side. Oh, I wouldn't have had any room. I wouldn't have had any room to cut the extra 1/2 inch because this is the edge of the paper. Yeah, that's why. I thought that all out. Do not judge me by this tutorial, please. This is not my favorite page, nor is it my best tutorial. And I'm not saying that I'm giving you something that I wouldn't do. You learned how to glue on the side pocket. I mean the side flap. And you learned about that you can go in your computer and edit your graphics a little bit to what you need. Everything's been resized just a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay, now we're going to put the glue right across this brown line right here. We don't need a whole lot to hold this ribbon on. And then if you glue it crooked, then just slide it. And then the same with it being straight across. No, it's a little wonky where I have my finger. There we go. Don't touch it anymore. Okay, then you're just going to run your lace directly underneath it. So you're just going to put another thin bead of glue. Let's cut a piece of lace. And the scallop's going to go down. This end is cut straight, or correctly, this end. So let's measure this. And just put your thumb where you want to cut it off. And then try to cut it straight through and just all one go. Okay. Now this is just a replacement page for me to show you how to do it. So once I do this pocket, you can do the other 3 pockets. And so we'll go back and look at the other one. And then pretend like it has this nice cover on it. Wish I had thought of that for that one. Then you just run the lace along the bottom of the ribbon. And then you can pull it tight. Fabri-Tac will do it. Fabri-Tac's fabric to fabric, fabric to paper, paper to paper. Just doesn't do well with metals. Okay, see if I can trim this just a smidge. Get that one little. They're baby brothers. There we go. Okay, so that's all there is to that. And you've got your ribbon and your lace. Okay, you got your page with your pocket for your big pictures. Another page with a pocket for your big pictures. A pocket, which now that I think about it, I would have put it down and covered the lilacs because it would have given you more room for the top pocket. Anyway, we've got two pockets over here. We put on a flap. We have a cover. And we're just gonna, the next thing we would do is glue it to our backing paper. So we just glue this to here, easy peasy. Just leave a little border all the way around. Glue that on there, like so. Glue, glue, glue. You don't need to watch me glue. Sure, you just saw me do it. This is the quickie version. And then you would take this page and then you glue it in your book. Okay? Now, this is what the page that I did the first time looks like. And I really like this. I really like this better. I really, really do. And if I could just take one of these pieces of paper, which I could, except for the pockets, and put it right over this, I would, in a heartbeat. It's already in my book. I don't want to take a chance on having a major problem, so I'm not going to do it. But if I could do it over again, and I could replace this with this, I would do it that fast. Okay? So here's the same thing in the book. Here's your cream colored backing paper going around. Your pockets, your flap, and your pockets. Okay? All right, that's it for that page. I will see you on the next page in the next video, and that will be just a second for you and a day for me. Bye-bye.